Hello students, so let's start discussion of test 89. Overall paper is on medium difficult side. 26 questions are on easy side, 15 questions are moderately difficult and 4 questions are difficult. Okay, so let's start from question 1. I think 140 plus is a good score. An electron accelerated under potential difference of V volt has certain wavelength lambda. Proton mass is 1800 times mass of electron. Proton has to have the same wavelength then accelerating voltage. Okay, so lambda is just a minute. Lambda is h upon p, which is h upon root 2 k m. Okay, so lambda is same, charge is same, h is same. So we see that accelerating voltage is proportional to 1 upon m. So accelerating voltage for proton upon accelerating voltage of electron is mass of electron upon mass of proton, which is 1 upon 1800. So Vp is V by 1800. So A is the correct option. If A is the radius of first Bohr orbit, then the radius of the third orbit. So radius of nth orbit is proportional to n square. So R of third orbit is 9a. So B is the correct option. Radioactive nucleus A initially at rest emits an alpha particle with speed v. What will be the recoil speed of the daughter nucleus? So from momentum conservation, P final is equal to P initial. Okay, so mass of alpha particle is 4u. So 4u into V plus mass of daughter nuclei will be A minus 4 into u, and speed is suppose V dash in opposite direction velocity is equal to 0. So V dash is 4V upon A minus 4. So 4V upon A minus 4, that is C is the correct option. Shell of mass m is fired from a gun if muzzle speeds, guys, muzzle speed means velocity relative to the gun. Okay, shell is this, what is the recoil speed of the gun? So velocity of bullet plus into mass of bullet plus velocity of gun into mass of velocity of gun into mass of gun is equal to initial momentum, which is 0. Now velocity of bullet relative to the gun plus velocity of gun into mass of bullet plus Vg into mg is equal to 0. So velocity of gun is minus of mb vbg upon mb plus mg. Okay, so mass of bullet is 0.02 and velocity of bullet relative to gun is given 80 meters per second upon 100 plus 0.02. So 100 plus 0.02 is approximately 100. So this is minus 0.02 into 80 by 100. So that is 0.1. This is 1.6 centimeter. 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 2. So 1.6 centimeters. So A is the correct option. The maximum velocity which a car driver must traverse a flat curve of radius r, so to avoid skidding. So in the limiting case, the requirement of centripetal force is provided by the maximum static friction. So that is mv max ka square upon r. So maximum safe speed in meters per second. So maximum safe speed is mu gr under root. So mu is 0.6, g is 10 and r is 150. So 15 6 are 90, 900. So 30 meters per second. So maximum safe speed is 30 meters per second. A copper rod is suspended in a non-homogeneous magnetic field region. Guys, copper is diamagnetic substance. So magnetic substance align itself perpendicular direction of magnetic field in the weakest region. So D is the correct option. Okay. So in a meter bridge with a standard resistance in the right gap and resistance coil dipped in water in the left gap, the balancing length obtained is small l if the temperature of the water is increased. So on increasing the temperature, resistance will increase and therefore the balancing length will increase. So greater L than L. Then the potential difference across the elements E1 and E2. So guys, we are observing that the equivalent resistance 3 6 18 upon 9 2 ohm. Equivalent resistance of the circuit is 2.5 plus 2 plus 2 plus 0.5 plus 1. So that is 4, 6.5, 7, 8 ohm. Okay, and current in the circuit is E2 minus E1 upon R equivalent. So that is 4 upon 8, 0.5 ampere. So current flows through the circuit in this direction because E2 polarity of E2 dominates, so in this direction. So voltage across 1 is E1 plus IR1, so that is 4 plus 0.5 into 0.5, that is 4.25 volt, and voltage across E2 is E2 minus IR2, so that is 8 minus 0.5, 1 into 0.5, so that is 7.5 volt. So 4.25 and 7.5, so B is the correct option. An electric field is this: the work done in moving a charge from this to this is, so W electric field is QE dot ds integration, that is Q Ex dx plus Ey dy integration. Okay, so Q Ex is, guys, y dx, Ex is y dx plus Ey x dy integration. So this is Q of y dx plus x dy. This you can write as integration of xy. Okay, so limits from x1 y1 to x2 y2. So this is Q x2 y2 minus x1 y1. Okay, so Q is how much? 1 coulomb. x2 y2, so x2 y2 is 4 and x1 y1 is also 4, so work done by electric field is 0, so work done by external agency is also 0. So D is the correct option. The force is proportional to, guys, this question was previously asked in JEE Advanced. So in this question we need to go by electrostatic pressure. Okay, so on the right half, suppose it is made of two, so on the right half the force due to electrostatic repulsion, so on a small element electrostatic pressure is sigma square upon 2 epsilon naught and into dA. This is electrostatic force due to the remaining sphere, and similarly symmetrical element on the opposite side, force is sigma square upon 2 epsilon naught into dA. So F electrostatic is sigma square upon 2 epsilon naught into dA. Now the effective area for the right hemisphere will be pi r square, because this force acts in radially outward direction, so effective area will be sigma square upon 2 epsilon naught into pi r square. So the same force we need to apply in opposite direction to counterbalance the electrostatic force. So we see F, which is equal to Fe, is proportional to sigma square r square upon epsilon naught. So A is the correct option. The resistors R1 R2 do not run. The current through the resistor R1 is, so guys, in this there is a potential difference, again EMF induced in OB as well as OA. So polarity will be, induced EMF will be E, and similarly in this also induced EMF will be this E. So the two cells and the two resistors all are in parallel. Okay, R1 R2 E. So then the current through the R1 is, so current through the R1 is I1 is E upon R1, that is B omega R square by 2 upon R1. So A is the correct option. The acceleration of the coil is, so while entering the magnetic field, due to Lenz's law, the magnetic force will act opposite to the direction of motion. So acceleration will be less than g, and by leaving the magnetic field, again the magnetic force will act opposite to the direction of motion, that is upward, so acceleration will be less than g. And when the coil is completely in the magnetic field, there is no flux change, there will be no induced EMF, there will be no magnetic force, so acceleration will be g. So less than g when enters and comes out of the field, and equal to g when it is within the field. So D is the correct option. If g is the acceleration to gravity, then the potential energy of an object of mass m raised, gain of the potential energy, change in potential energy from the surface of earth to the height equal to radius of the earth. Okay, so u initial, so u final minus u initial, final energy is minus gmm upon 2r, and initial energy is minus gmm by r. So this is gmm by 2r, which is mgr by 2. So mgr by 2, B is the correct option. The value of acceleration to gravity at a depth of h is equal to, so g at depth h is g on the surface 1 minus d by r. So this is g 1 minus r by 4 upon r. So that is 3g by 4, that is 3 by 4 into 10, which is 7.5 meter per second square. So closest option is 7.35 meter per second square. A cylinder of radius r made of material of thermal conductivity K1. So we have this cylinder of radius r1 made of thermal conductivity K1, and we have this surrounding layer of radius 2r made of K2. Okay, so both these resistors are in parallel. So 1 upon r equivalent is 1 upon r1 plus 1 upon r2. Okay, if K effective is the equivalent thermal conductivity and length will be L and area will be pi 4r square, so 1 upon r equivalent, so K effective into area, which is 4 pi r square of the complete cylinder, upon Ka by L is equal to K1 A1 upon L plus K2 A2, which is pi into 4r square minus pi into r square upon L. So K effective is K1 plus 3K2 by 4. So K1 plus 3K2 by 4, C is the correct option. 1 mole of monoatomic gas gamma with diatomic gas gamma, the gamma for the mixture is, okay, so gamma is Cp equivalent upon Cv equivalent, that is, and sigma Ni Cpi upon sigma Ni upon sigma Ni Cvi upon sigma Ni. Okay, so that is N1 Cp1, which is gamma 1 r upon gamma minus 1, and N2 Cp2, which is N2 gamma 2 r upon gamma 2 minus 1, N1 Cv1, which is r upon gamma 1 minus 1, and N2 Cv2, which is r upon gamma 2 minus 1. Since N1 and N2 are equal, and now let's take LCM. So gamma 1 into gamma 2 minus 1 plus gamma 2 into gamma 2 minus 1, gamma 1 minus 1 upon gamma 2 minus 1 plus gamma 1 minus 1. So gamma 1 is 5 by 3 and gamma 2 is 7 by 5. So 5 by 3 into 7 by 5 minus 1, which is 2 by 5, plus gamma 2, which is 7 by 5, into gamma 1 minus 1, which is 2 by 3, upon gamma 2 minus 1, which is 7 by 5 minus 1, 2 by 5, plus gamma 1 minus 1, which is 5 by 3 minus 1, 2 by 3. So this is 10 plus 14, 24 by 15, and in the denominator 6 plus 10, 16 by 15. So this is 8 3s are 24, 3 by 2. So gamma equivalent is 1.5. A Carnot engine has an efficiency of 1 by 6. Okay, so 1 by 6 is equal to 1 minus Tc by Th. Now efficiency becomes double when temperature of sink is reduced by 62 degree. So 1 by 3 is equal to 1 minus Tc minus 62 upon Th. Okay, so this is 1 by 3, 1 minus Tc by Th plus 62 by Th. Now 1 minus Tc by Th is 1 by 6, so 1 by 3 plus 1 by 6 plus 62 by Th. So Th is 62 into 6, which is 6 2s are 12, 6 is 36, 372 Kelvin. Okay, now Tc, so 372 Kelvin. So now Tc is 1 by 5, 1 by 6 is equal to 1 minus Tc by 372. So 5 by 6 is equal to Tc by 372. So Tc is 62 into 5, so that is 310 Kelvin. Okay, so Tc in degree Celsius 310, so 37, and so 37 degree and 99 degree Celsius. So C is the correct option. The temperature of the source and sink, source and sink. So source is 99 and sink is 37. So A is a correct option. The Earth's magnetic field at a certain point is this. The field is to be annulled by the magnetic field at the center. So this field is to be nullified by the magnetic field at the center of the coil. The required current is, so mu naught I by 2r. This is the magnetic field of the circular coil, which should be opposite to the direction of the Earth's magnetic field, which is B. So the required current I is 2br upon mu naught. So that is 2. B is 0.7 into 10 to the power Gauss is 10 to the power minus 4 Tesla. So this is 7 into 10 to the power minus 5, and radius is 5 centimeter, 5 into 10 to the power minus 2 upon 4 pi into 10 to the power minus 7. So 10 to the power minus 7. So 7 5s are 35, 2s are 70. So 35 upon 2 pi. Okay, 35 by 2 pi. So 35 upon 6. So this is less than 6 and greater than 5. So B is the correct option. A proton beam passes through without deviation through a region of space with their uniform transverse mutually perpendicular electric field and magnetic field. That means capital E is equal to BV. So speed of the proton beam is E by B. Now the beam strike, so and the current, if the beam current is I, so I is NE, where N is number of protons striking per second. So N is I by E. Now force exerted on the target is momentum delivered per second, which is nmv. So that is n, which is I by E, mv is E by B. So I am E upon small e b. So A is the correct option. A, B, C are points on a vertical line such that AB equals BC. So AB equals BC. This is A, this is B, and this is C. If a body is dropped from certain time A, T1, T2 are in the ratio time taken from A to B and B to C, then T1 and T2. So we know starting from rest, this ratio of time taken to cover successive equal distances, T1 is to T2 is to T3 and so on. Starting from rest, ratio of time taken to cover successive equal distances with uniform acceleration is 1 is to root 2 minus 1 is to root 3 minus root 2. You should learn this concept. Okay, so if T1 upon T2 is 1 upon root 2 minus 1, T2 upon T1. So T2 upon T1 is root 2 minus 1 upon 1. So root 2 minus 1 upon 1. So B is the correct option. And if you want to derive it, see S is ut plus half at square, u is 0. So t is proportional to root s. T is proportional to root s. So if t for 0 to s is t naught, then t for 0 to 2s is root 2 t naught. So t for s to 2s is root 2 minus 1 t naught. So ratio is root 2 minus 1 upon 1. So B is the correct option. A body is released from a height and falls freely towards Earth. Exactly 1 second later, another body is released. What is the distance between the two bodies? 2 seconds after the release of the second body. So second body travels for 2 seconds starting from rest, and first body travels for 3 seconds starting from rest. So the gap between them is half g 3 square minus 2 square, u is 0. So that is 9 minus 4, 5. 5 into g, 50 by 2, 25 meters. So 4.9 into 5 by 2. so that is 24.5 meters. So A is the correct option. The acceleration of mass 2m just after the string is cut. So m is in free fall, so acceleration of m is g downwards, and 2m was previously in equilibrium and the tension in the string was mg. So on just after the string is cut, just after the string is cut, tension in spring remains unchanged. It takes finite amount of time to change the tension in the spring, so tension in the springs remains unchanged. So when mg force gets removed from 2m mass, the acceleration, the net force on 2m becomes mg up. So acceleration of 2m is net force on 2m upon 2m, so that is mg up. See, 2m was in equilibrium, and when mg downward force is removed, the net force on it becomes 2m mg up. So acceleration was mg up upon 2m, that is g by 2 up. So g by 2 upward and g downwards, 2m and m. So this is the correct option. A is the correct option. The string attached to the support breaks and the system accelerates downward. So this support is break. Okay, now acceleration of the complete system, F plus m1 plus m2g upon total mass, which is m1 plus m2. So this is 150 upon 15 plus 10, that is 20 meter per second squared down. So now let's draw the free body diagram of 5G only. So T is upward and 5G is downward. So for 5G, for 5 kg block, okay, 150 plus 5G minus T is equal to 5A. So this is 150 plus 50, 200 minus 100, which is 100 Newton. So tension in the string is 100 Newton. If a radioactive substance reduces to 1/16th of its original mass in 40 days, its half-life is, so 1/16, N is N naught by 16, that is N naught upon 2 raised to power T by T half. So T by T half is 4. So T is 4 half-lives, which is 160 day, which is its half-life is, so in 40 days. So T half is T by 4, which is 10 days. So A is the correct option. Two nuclei A and B are isotonic. With isotonic means same number of neutrons with mass numbers 15 and 16. If A contains 7 protons and number of protons in B. So A for A equals Z plus N. So that is 15 equals 7 plus N. So N is 8. Now for B, 16 equals Z plus 8. So Z is 8. So B is the correct option. Small mass executes its displacement from O at T by 8 after passing through O. So the SHM equation is xt is A sine omega t, A sine omega t. So x at small t equals capital T by 8 is A sine 2 pi by capital T into capital T by 8. So 2 pi by 8, which is pi by 4, which is 1 by root 2. So this is A by root 2. So D is the correct option. A simple pendulum without friction on an inclined plane of inclination theta, what will be the time period? So we'll first calculate G effective. So G effective. Okay. So this is the suspended ceiling of a cart. Okay. So this is the cart. Okay. So simple, this cart is moving down with acceleration G sine theta. So G effective vector is G vector minus A vector. Okay. So G vector is in this direction, which we can write as G cos theta into G sine theta. This is G vector minus A vector minus A vector. So this is minus A vector. Now magnitude of minus a vector is g sine theta. So these two vectors cancel and g effective becomes g cos theta. Okay, so time period will be 2 pi under root L by g effective, which is g cos theta. So this is standard question you might have solved in your exercise as well. The work function of metal is this: light of wavelength lambda is incident, the velocity of emitted photoelectrons. So half mv square. So we are talking of maximum speed of the emitted photoelectrons. So half mv square is hc by lambda minus 5. So v is 2 by m hc by lambda minus 5 whole under root. So this is 2 upon m, which is 9.1 into 10 to the power minus 31, hc, which is 1240 nanometer electron volt, upon lambda, which is 300 nanometer minus 5, which is 1 electron volt. And now let's convert energy of electron volt in joules. So 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19 whole under root. So this is 3.2 upon 9.1 and 1240 upon 3. This is 3.1, sorry. So 3.1, this is 3 4s are 12, 3 1s are, so 4.13 minus 1, this is 3.13, and into 10 to the power 12 whole under root. So guys, this is 3.2 into 3.13 upon 9.1 into 10 to the power 6. So this is 1 point something into 10 to the power 6 meters per second. So D is the correct option. A 100-watt bulb radiates energy. The lamp is located at the center of a large sphere that absorbs all the sodium light. The wavelength of sodium light is this. At what rate are the photons associated with the sodium light? Okay, so a number of photons delivered per second is P upon hc by lambda, that is P lambda upon hc. So P is 100, lambda is 589 into 10 to the power minus 9, H is 6.6 into 10 to the power minus 34, and C is 3 into 10 to the power 8. So 9 8s are 17. So this is 9 8s are 17. Okay, so 17 upon 10 to the power minus 34. So 10 to the power minus 17. So this is 10 to the power 19. So 10 to the power 19 into 584 upon 6.6 into 3. Guys, 6 3s are 18. So let's take it approximately 20. And 584, let's take it approximately 600. So 600 upon 20, that is 30. So this is approximately 3 into 10 to the power 20 photons per second. So A is the correct option. Water is flowing, then the ratio of velocity of the liquid entering and leaving. So V1 upon V2 is A2 upon A1, that is R2 square upon R1 square, that is 4 by 9. So B is the correct option from continuity equation. The bulk modulus for an incompressible liquid. So bulk modulus is defined as minus delta P upon delta V by V. Now delta V is 0, that means bulk modulus is infinity. So C is the correct option. When a monochromatic light ray is incident on a medium of refractive index mu with an angle of incidence theta, the angle of refraction is theta r. If theta is changed, theta I is changed slightly means small amount. So we can go by error method, by approximation method. So let's write Snell's law, which is 1 into sine theta I is equal to mu into sine theta r. Now let's differentiate the above expression with respect to theta I. So d by d theta I sine theta I is equal to d by d theta I mu sine theta r. So this is cos theta I, this is mu, and this is d by d theta r sine theta r into d theta r by d theta I from chain rule. So this is cos theta I is equal to mu, and this is cos theta r into d theta r by d theta I. So change in angle of refraction d theta r is cos theta I upon mu cos theta r into d theta I. So this is 1 by mu cos theta I upon cos theta r into delta theta I. So this is C is the correct option. Okay. A ray of light strikes a transparent slab at an angle of 45, the angle between the refracted and reflected ray. Okay, so let's first calculate angle of refraction. So 1 into sine theta 1 is equal to root 2 into sine theta 2. So sine theta 2 is 1 by 2, so that is theta 2 is 45 degree. So this is transparent slab, this is incident ray, this is normal, this angle is 45 degree. Refracted ray, this is reflected ray which is 45 degree, and this is refracted ray at an angle of 30 degree. So this angle theta, so theta is 180 degree minus 45 degree minus 30 degree, so that is 105 degree. So 105 degree is the correct option. The moment of inertia I and its coefficient of linear expansion alpha, the change in moment of inertia about the same axis by a small amount delta t. So temperature is changed by a small amount delta t. So again we'll go by error method. I is proportional to r square. Mass remains same. So I is proportional to r square. So delta I upon I is 2 times delta r by r. So delta I is 2I. Delta r by r is alpha delta t. So 2I alpha delta t. So B is the correct option. The torque about the point 1 comma minus 1. So 1 comma minus 1 is this point, say 1 comma minus 1. So position vector of point of application, the torque about the point of position vector of point of application relative to the point at which force is acting. So force is acting at 1 comma minus 1. So 1 comma minus 1, force is, torque is to be written about this point, and force is acting at origin. Okay, force is acting at origin 0 comma 0. So we need to write position of origin with respect to 1 comma minus 1. So r vector is 0 minus 1 I cap plus 0 minus minus 1 j cap. So this is minus I cap plus j cap. Now tau vector is r cross f vector. So minus I plus j cross f, which is minus f k cap. So this is minus f. Now minus I cross k is minus j. So minus I cross k, this is j, and j cross k is I. So minus j cross k is minus f, I have taken common, and minus j cross k is I. So this is minus f I plus j plus I. So minus f I plus j, C is the correct option. P type. So on an average, one indium atom per 5 into 10 to the power 7 silicon atoms. So impurity is 1 atom per 5 into 10 to the power 7 silicon atom. If the number density of atoms in the silicon specimen is 5 into 10 to the power 28 per meter cube, then the number of acceptor atoms in the silicon per cubic centimeter. So number of acceptor atoms per cubic centimeter is number of silicon atom per cubic centimeter upon number of indium atom per silicon atom. Okay, number of indium atom per 5 into 10 to the power 7, number of indium atom per 5 into 10 to the power 7. So this is 1 indium atom per 5 into 10 to the power 7 silicon atoms. So we need to divide it by 5 into 10 to the power 7 silicon atom per indium atom. So number of silicon atom per cubic centimeter, 5 into 10 to the power 8 per cubic meter. So this is 5 into 10 to the power 28 upon 10 to the power 6. This is per cubic centimeter upon 5 into 10 to the power 7. So this is 10 to the power 15, 5 upon 5. So this is 10 to the power 15 atom per cubic centimeter. So D is the correct option. In the given circuit, so we see that D2 is reverse biased and D3 and D1 are in forward biased. So the circuit is, this is 16 volt and D2 is correct. So this is 4 ohm and here it is coming 16 ohm. So the current through the battery, so the equivalent is, R equivalent is 8 into 16 upon 8 plus 16. R equivalent is 8 into 16 upon 8 plus 16, that is 16 by 3 ohm. So current through the battery is 16 volt upon 16 by 3 ohm, that is 3 ampere. So C is the correct option. Initially a beaker has 100 gram of water at temperature this, later amount of this is added the temperature T of the water after mixing. So M1 S T1 plus M2 S T2 is equal to M1 plus M2 into S into T from calorimetry concept. So T is M1 T1, which is 100 into 90 plus M2 T2, which is 600 into 20 upon M1 plus M2, which is 700, 100 plus 600, 700. So this is 9,000 plus 12,000, 21,000, 21,000 upon 700, that is 30 degrees Celsius. So B is the correct option. The density of material in CGS system is this. In a system of units in which unit of length is this and unit of mass is this, the value of density of the material. So rho is 4 gram per centimeter cube. Okay, so 1 gram 4 gram per centimeter, in which unit of mass is 100 grams. So 1 gram is equivalent to 1 by 100 of new unit. So 4 into 1 by 100 and 1 centimeter. See, 10 centimeter is equivalent to 1 unit. So 1 centimeter is equivalent to 1 by 10 unit. So 1 by 10 raised to power 3. So this is 40 new units. So B is the correct option. Unpolarized light passes through two polarites. The axis of one is vertical. So for first polaroid, axis is vertical, and for second polaroid, axis is at 30 degree from the first one. So from here light intensity I naught passes, from here it is I naught by 2, and from here it is I naught by 2 cos square 30 degree. So this is 3 I naught by 8, and the transmission axis is the plane of polarization is parallel to the transmission axis of second polarizer. So plane polarized at 30 degree to the vertical and having intensity 3 I naught by 8. So B is the correct option. Two light sources are coherent when the phase difference between them is constant and frequencies are equal. So D is the correct option. The figure shows the location of source and detector at t equals 0. The source and detector are moving with velocity is this. The frequency of signal received by the detector at the moment when the source crosses the origin. So guys, this is the both source and detector are moving. So source is initially at 100 meters. Okay, and this is crossing point, and detector is also at 100 meters. So the time taken to move for source from S to P is 100 by Vs, that is 20 seconds. So in 20 seconds, displacement of detector is T into Vd, which is T into Vo, which is 20 into 10, which is 200 meters. So after time 20 seconds, when S will be at P, the detector will be at 200 meters from D above. So it will be at 100 meters from P. Okay. Now the sound, जो भी सोर्स साउंड एमिट करेगा, डिटेक्टर इस पोजीशन पे उस साउंड 20th सेकेंड पे डिटेक्टर इस पोजीशन पे साउंड को रिसीव करेगा P डैश पे, या D डैश ही रहने देते हैं इसको. सो जितने टाइम में सोर्स S से P पर आ रहा है उतने टाइम में डिटेक्टर P से D डैश पे जा रहा है. ऑलराइट. अब साउंड जो एमिट हो रही है, एक्चुअली सोर्स जब P पर होगा तो साउंड डिटेक्टर को थोड़ी देर पहले वाली सुनाई देगी. लेट इट बी एमिटेड फ्रॉम S डैश. ओके, तो S डैश से साउंड D पर पहुंच रही है और उतने टाइम में, सो द टाइम टेकन by the sound to move from S dash to D dash is same as that taken by the source to move from S dash to P. Okay, so let this angle be theta. So we can say that 100 upon, just a minute. So we can say that 100 upon, S dash D dash upon speed of sound is S dash P upon speed of source. So S dash P upon, so S dash D dash upon, so S dash P, just a minute, S dash P upon S dash D dash, which is sine theta, is equal to Vs upon V, that is 5 by 330. So sine theta is 1 by 66. So cos theta is approximately 1. Since sine theta is approaching to 0, so cos theta will approach to 1. So now in the diagram, velocity of source is in this direction. So we need to take component of Vs along S dash D dash, and velocity of detector is in this direction. So we need to take component of velocity of detector along S dash D dash. This angle is theta. This angle is 90 minus theta. Okay. So new frequency F dash is F V minus Vo cos of 90 minus theta, which is sine theta, upon V minus Vs cos theta. So this is 100, V is 330, okay, and Vo is sine theta is approximately, Vo sine theta will be very small as compared to V, so that's, let's ignore that. Vo sine theta is approximately is very small as compared to V, so let's ignore that. And V 330 minus Vs cos theta. Vs cos theta is just Vs, which is 5. So this is 100 into 330 upon 325. So 25 fours are 100, 25 ones are 25, 3. So this is 4 threes are 12, 4 threes are 12, 1320 upon 13. So this is 13, just a minute, 330 upon 25 ones are, this is 325, okay, 330 upon 325. So it should be 3, just a minute. So this is 330 minus V minus Vo sine theta. So Vo sine theta is actually equal to Vo. VO sine theta is equal to, this is sine theta is equal to 1. Oh, I have substituted wrongly. I have taken, just a minute, sine cos theta, this is s dash p upon s dash d dash. This is cos theta. Actually, I have written wrongly as sine theta. This is cos theta. So cos theta is, just a minute, so cos theta is 1 by 66 and sine theta is approximately equal to 1. So this data will change. So f dash is f v minus vo sine theta upon v minus vs cos theta. So cos theta is very small, it is approaching to 0, so vs cos theta will be very small as compared to v, so ignore it. So f dash is f 100, v which is 330 minus vo sine theta which is 10 upon 330. So this is 320 into 100 upon 330. Okay, so this is 0 0, so 3200 upon 33. So let's check the options. 320 3200 upon 33, so this is close to 97. 3200 upon 33, so 33 nines are 297, 9 threes are 7, 33 into 9, 9 threes are 27, 7 2, 9 threes are 27, 297. So 33 nines are 297, carry forward 23, 33 sevens are 7 threes are 21, 7 threes are 21, so 33 sevens are 231, so this is approximately 97. So 97. Okay, so correct option is 97 units. So this is a tough question as far as NEET is concerned, and while solving the paper, I think you should leave this question, but you should learn this concept for later on. Okay, see, when both source and detector are moving, the velocity of source at the time of emission of the sound should be used, and the velocity of detector at the time of reception of the sound should be used. So correct option is 97. Now 43rd, an iron rod of length m, load of mass m is suspended in air from the free end of a sonometer wire of length 1 meter. Tuning fork of frequency this is in resonance with the length of the sonometer wire. If the load is immersed in water, that will be in resonance with the same tuning fork. So this question is incomplete. I guess the author wants to ask the length, the new length of the sonometer wire. Okay, but this question is incomplete. So F is NV by 2L. F is NV by 2L, so that is N F by mu upon 2L. So for same resonant frequency F, the length is proportional to under root F. So L2 upon L1 is under root F2, which is mg 1 minus rho F upon rho B upon mg. So L2 is L1 1 minus rho water upon rho B. Now data is incomplete, so we are leaving this solution here only. If a body has kinetic energy T moving on a rough horizontal surface, stop at a distance y, the frictional force exerted. So from work energy theorem, minus friction into y is negative of work done by friction. This is work done by friction is equal to change in kinetic energy. So friction is T upon y. So D is the correct option. Body of mass m is acted upon by this constant force. S is this work done by the force in first 2 seconds. So S is T square by 3, ds by dt is 2t by 3. So work done is half m v at t बराबर 2 seconds square minus v at t equals 0 square from work energy theorem. So this is 3 by 2, v at t equals 2 seconds, 4 by 3, so 16 by 9, and v at t barabar 0 0. So this is 24 by 9, which is 8 by 3 joules. So A is the correct option. So that's all for today.